Happy Monday. We're live. I hope that you out there will join us. This is the Women's Leadership Forum. And we're in 2021. We are, oh my gosh, we are moving at lightning speed. It may not feel like it for me on the inside, but I'm going to tell you, this program, we've been working, trying to get it right for you. So my name is Colette Coakley. I'm the Vice President of Human Resources for Maryland Public Television, and I am the founder. I'm the proud founder of the Women's Leadership Forum. This is our platform here in which we bring you information that you can use to make good decisions in your life. And even if it's not, like paperwork, but exercise and getting healthy and living on a clean and healthy life, whatever that is, we're going to present that to you because we want you to stick around. Now, you all know I've had challenges with water, and before I get caught, guess what? It's here. It's by my side. I'm not putting in a plug for anybody, but anyway, this water is right here for me. And in all of my challenges, it has taught me more about taking good care of myself. Now, as most of you know, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. And what we're trying to do is get you stress-free. Like, life has been coming at us all fast. You know that commercial, when life hits you fast, and then the guy, Mr. Mayhem, is all over the place. Well, we're not trying to be all over the place. I'm taking my earrings off because we're going to do something. We're not trying to be all over the place. We are trying to live stress-free life. And if we can't be stress-free, we want less stress. Now, I just got finished talking to our COO. And what did we talk about? We were talking about people coming back to work. Guess what? I'm in stress because trying to figure that thing out is a bear. Not everyone wants to be back in the office, and everybody's worried about the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated. Can you walk down to the left or to the right? Did they sneeze? Is that COVID? The level of anxiety is high out there. And so what we need is a little yoga in our life. We need to bring it down a notch so that we can think clearly, we can breathe well, we can do some poses that shake. What's her name? She says, shake it off, shake it off. What's her name?
Taylor Swift.
Okay, doesn't nobody know. Okay, can't think of her name right now, but we want to shake off some of that anxiety that we have. And Taylor Swift. That's who I'm talking about. Taylor Swift. We're trying to shake some of that anxiety off and live as much as we can stress-free. So with that, guess who I invited back? And she's going to come to you every second Monday of the month. Where is she coming? On the Women's Leadership Forum platform. And where can you find that? Look, I'm fancy. Forward. WLF.org or #forward WLF. You guess where you can find us. You can subscribe. You can find information on Tesha there and her business, Wellness After Dark. And so I welcome you today on this Monday, and the sun is shining, Miss Tesha Crockett.
Thank you.
What will we do today? Because you just took a big breath. So what are we doing today? And that took some energy for me to do. That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, whoo, she took a breath. Let me take one too.
So we are doing a lot of breathing today. We're going to do a lot of breathing. We're going to start. We're going to do some flow. So we're going to do some half flow, a lot of standing poses. We're going to do that for about 5 to 7 minutes. But then we're going to do a lot of restorative poses. So we're going to find some poses that may be comfortable to us, maybe a little bit uncomfortable to us, but we're going to sit in those poses for a couple minutes and breathe and relax and focus. So, and when I tell you this is a true relaxation restorative practice today, I really want to focus on, you talked about stress, you talked about mental health awareness. Stress is something that we just all have, right? there's no getting rid of it. Like, we talk about it, but it's really no getting rid of it. So pre-COVID, COVID, after COVID, does not matter. We're all going to have stress. So really being able to deal with stress and how we manage it. And one of the things that yoga does for us is it gets our body moving. It works on our endorphins. It relieves the stress. It makes us slow down, which I know I've talked about a couple times, but really in this world of like, I've got this job, I've got this job, I've got these kids, I've got to take care of the household, I've got to do all these things. We've got to slow down sometimes, right? So even if it's 5 minutes, we got to slow down. So today will really be a restorative practice. Like I said, we're going to get moving, get that heart rate going for about 7 to 10 minutes. And then we're going to do a lot of restorative practice. So much so that even if you want to grab a pillow, you can grab a pillow or a blanket to help with some of those poses. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to say, I think I'm ready for you, because if I don't get going now, then when will I get going? So I'm happy to get started if you want to get started.
All right, well, let's get started.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Now I want to say to this audience now, I don't have a big space here. And so you don't need a whole lot going on, and you just need enough to arm's width.
You've seen a little
and I am a beginner's beginner.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I'm a beginner with this camera too.
All right. So just like Les was saying, you really don't need a lot of space. Today, you're not going to need that much space. We're really going to use probably your arms width if you have that much distance. And then we're going to do like one forward fold that your legs will be kind of a little bit further than hip width distance apart. Other than that, like I said, first 7 to 10 minutes, we're going to be doing a little bit of flow, and then we're going to get into some restorative poses. So we're going to start just with our hands at our side. You're going to draw your shoulders down your back. You guys can close your eyes at this point. You guys can let your eyes hang heavy. I really just want you to focus on your breathing at this point. So I want you to take in a deep breath for a count of 4, and then I want you to take a deep exhale. And you're just taking a deep breath in through your nose, and you're counting to 4, and you're taking a deep exhale out your mouth. So we're emptying out that belly, getting rid of all that stale air. And I really want you just to focus on how you're breathing today. So is your breathing shallow and fast, or is it deep and slow? And the objective today is really to get that breath as deep as possible, really just going at your own pace and your own speed. I'm going to be here to guide you, but we're really just taking those deep breaths in at a count of 4, however is comfortable to you. And I want you just to settle in here. You can have your feet shoulder width apart, but kind of also as we start listening to our breath, I want you guys to start taking an assessment or a scan of your body. So what do your toes feel like right now? What do your ankles feel like right now? And just slowly, as you're breathing and you're taking those deep breaths and you're trying to calm your breath down, I want you to think about how your body feels. What's tight? What's stressful? Are your shoulders up by your ears, or are they relaxed? Is there tension in your hands or tension in your belly? Is there any part of your body that feels tight? And as you're doing that, we're really just focusing on that deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And we're going at your own counts of 4, but I will guide you. So we're taking a deep inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're taking a deep exhale and just emptying that belly and getting rid of all the stress and negativity. So usually this is where I start my practice and whatever I want my attention to be today. And again, we're focusing on mental health. We're focusing on stress management. So I'm taking in all of the positive vibes, all the strength, all the courage I need to get through this week. And I'm letting go of all the things that I don't need. Anything that does not serve me today, that won't serve me tomorrow, won't serve me for the rest of the week. So all of the stress, anxiety, any of the pain that you have. So we're inhaling all of the positive vibes and everything you need to get through this week. And just knowing that we are able and capable in this time to get through whatever we need to this week. We are equipped. We have everything that we need. And you're exhaling all the doubts, all the dysfunction, all the things that keep you away from whatever your goal is. You guys are going to be here for another couple of breaths. And I want you to notice now if your breath is deeper and slower, or if your breath is still shallow. You're going to take one more inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. On your next inhale, we're going to bring our hands above our head. We're going to just do mountain pose. So we've done this one before, but you're just bringing your hands above your head. You're turning your pinkies in, so your palms should be facing each other. You're standing tall. You're drawing your shoulders down your back, so there should be no stress. Your core should be tight. And again, we're just breathing in here for 4 breaths, and then you're exhaling for 4 breaths. You're going to be here for another deep inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, you're going to puff up your chest a little bit, draw those shoulders back down your back, stand a little bit taller. And then you're going to bring your hands through heart center. You're going to exhale and blow out all the stale air. We're going to go all the way down to what we call a ragdoll pose. So a ragdoll pose is a little bit different than a forward fold, and I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see. For a ragdoll pose, you can have as much bend in your knee as possible. You're just letting your head hang heavy at this point. You can cross your arms. You can bring your hands to the mat. Just do whatever feels comfortable to you. And I like this pose because I like to think of this as the start of my practice, but also I like to think of this as all of the stress from the day just rolling off my back. And again, this is more for a lower back, like spinal stretch than a hamstring stretch, so you can bend as much as you need to. There's no judgment. You don't have to get to the mat. We're going to be here for another inhale and exhale. You're going to release your hands to the mat. And then we're going to just slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to start all over again. So today we're going to do what we call standing sun A's. So every single time we go through that sun A, we're going to add a little bit more on. But that's our basic pose. We're going from mountain pose all the way to the ground and then back up again. We're really just focusing on our breath. Okay? So we're going to go inhale, mountain pose. We're bringing those hands above your head. We're taking an inhale here and an exhale. We're taking one more inhale and puffing up your chest. And exhale, we're going all the way down to that mat. Just let your head hang heavy here. You're going to take an inhale. You're going to bring your hands only to your shins right now and lift your head up slightly. And then you're going to exhale a little bit more down toward that mat. Then you're going to take an inhale. We're going to rise all the way back up again, one vertebrae at a time. Not rushing through this movement. And we're going to start again with inhale. Bring your hands above your head. And we're taking a deep breath here. And exhale through your mouth. You're going to take one more inhale. And then you're just going to keep your hips the same way, but we're going to open up to that right side. We're going to do a little bit of twisting here. The good thing with twisting is it resets your spine. It helps with your circulation. It helps with digestion. So you're just going to take a couple of deep breaths here and twist as far as feels comfortable for you. I'm pretty flexible in my core and my spine, so I can open up all the way. But if you can't open up all the way, open up to 45 degrees or 25 degrees or whatever feels comfortable. Today is not about forcing anything. It's just about being where you are today. So you're going to take a couple of inhales in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And inhale through your nose And exhale through your mouth. We're going to come back forward. We're going to bring those hands above the head. And we're going to twist to the left. So same exact movement. We're just opening to that left. What you'll notice is depending on your body, sometimes one side's more flexible than the other. Sometimes they're both the same. So just being able to sit into wherever you're at today and know wherever you're at and whatever you're doing is enough. You're going to take an inhale, bring your hands back above your head. We're going to take an inhale here and puff up your chest, and exhale, forward fold all the way to the ground. Just let that head hang heavy here. And as you're bending over, you can stay in this position just as a forward fold. But if you want to add a twist, you can walk those hands to the right. And you'll get a little bit more of a stretch in those hips and that glute. And you can take an inhale and walk them back to the center. And if you walk them to the right, you can also walk them to the left. Again, just noticing the differences in your body and how each side feels. We're going to bring our hands back to center. We're going to go back to that halfway lift. So you're going to bring your hands to your shins, slowly lift your head up, and then back into a forward fold all the way to the ground or to your toes or whatever feels comfortable. And then we're going to slowly rise up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. All right, we're going to do that one more time.
Ooh, Lord.
You're going to bring your hands above your head. We're taking a deep breath here. And we're going to exhale. We're going to open to the right. Again, hips staying forward. You're going to bring your hands back to mountain. And we're going to open to the left.
I hope somebody's out there trying this with us.
You're going to bring your hands back to center. And we're going to go all the way down to the mat. I hope somebody's out there trying it with us as well.
Come on now. Well, if not, I got something. I got something from it.
Me too, actually. So inhale, walk your hands to the right. And then back to center. And then exhale to the left. And then we're going to come back to center. And you're going to slowly rise all the way up. And bring your hands to your side. All right, so our last standing pose before we start to get into our restorative is we're going to bring your hips a little bit further, or your feet a little bit further than hip distance apart. And we're going to do a wide-legged forward fold, okay? And it's exactly what it sounds like. So your feet are going to be a little bit further, not too far out, but probably maybe in half an inch on each side than your hips. And we're going to go down into a forward fold. So there's a couple options you have here. If you're flexible enough to bring your hands all the way to the mat, that's perfectly fine. If you are not flexible enough, you can bring your hands to your shins, you can bring them to your knees. If you are super flexible and you feel like you have some shoulder problems and you want to work on that, you can also bring your hands behind your head and do what we call a shoulder rinse. So I want you to just find whatever variation here works for you best. For me, sometimes my shoulders are super tight, so this does not work. There are other days where I can definitely do this. But the objective here is really just to let your head hang heavy. We're taking a couple of deep breaths here. And then we're going to get into our restorative poses. So you're going to take one more inhale here. And one more exhale, sink a little bit deeper into that stretch. Woo. Inhale, you're going to roll all the way back up. And then we're going to get down on our bottoms, guys. We're going to get down on our bottoms. We're going to do some restorative poses on our bottoms.
Good.
So we are going to find our way to our mats. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to bring your feet to the mat. So your feet, your heels, everything should be on the mat. And you should just slowly, want you to slowly roll back onto your mat, one vertebrae at a time. So you should be laying on
I
your
might
mat.
not get back up, y'all.
You should be laying on your mat. And we're going to start with one leg up a wall, and then we'll alternate, and then we'll do both legs up the wall. So you're going to bring your right leg above your head. Now, depending on how flexible you are, again, your legs might go at a 90-degree angle. Your legs might go at a 45-degree angle. They may go at a 35-degree angle. Whatever the case is, do what's best for you at this point. If you need to also add a little assistance by bringing your hands behind your thigh or bringing your hands behind your calf, that's perfectly fine. Just stay away from the kneecap, okay? So really right here, we're just focusing on breathing and relaxation. So this is a really good pose for insomnia. If you have a problem keeping both legs up when we get to that part, you can also do this. We call it legs against the wall. You can literally lay against the wall and just let your legs up. It helps reduce stress and lower your heart rate. So we're going to take one more inhale here. And you're going to exhale. You're going to bring that heel all the way down to the mat. And then we're going to bring that left leg up in the air and do the exact same thing. So again, here I want you to remember it's different on each side. Everybody's body's different. So your left side may be tighter, your left side may be looser. Really just depends. But I really just want you to focus on breathing here. Just breathing, calming your heart rate down.
Ooh.
Settling in to where you are. You're going to take a deep inhale and exhale. We're bringing that leg down. So you have an option here. You can do one leg at a time again if you like, or you can bring both legs up. If you are, again, super flexible and this feels comfortable for you, we're here for 3 breaths. You could be at 90 degrees. If this does not feel comfortable to you, you can bring it down to 45 degrees, which is actually going to work on your core a lot more, but you could do one leg, 2 legs, kind of alternating. But just know that we are here for 3 breaths. So you're taking an inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And one more inhale. And exhale, let's lower those legs all the way to the mat. You can actually stretch your legs out all the way on the mat if you like. We actually have 2 final poses that we're going to work on. So for anybody that's ever been to a yoga class, we do something called pigeon. We're not going to do that today, but pigeon really opens up your hip muscles or hip flexors, and because we're sitting all day, it's super important. So we're going to do, you have 2 options for pigeon today. We're going to do recline pigeon. So the first one you can do is you can lay down on your back. You can bring your right leg over your left knee. And for some people, this is enough, okay? If you want a little bit more of an intense stretch, you can put a little bit of pressure on that right knee, or you can bring your hands behind your left knee, and that gives you a little bit more. If you feel like you still need a little bit more, you can also bring your leg to the mat and allow your left leg to hang over your right one. Now, this one's super intense, so I would say, starting here, especially if you've been sitting down for a while and you haven't stretched those hips out, you will realize how much sitting does to you. So we're going to be here for one more breath. How does that feel on your hips, Colette?
I think from the last pose, I'm ready to put this pillow under my head.
You ready to go to sleep?
I'm ready to go take a nap.
That's what today's about, though. Today's about relaxation. We're going to take one more inhale through your nose. And exhale, you're going to release that right foot. And then again, you're going to do the same thing on the left side. So you're going to bring that left foot over the right knee. And just remember, there are a couple different variations that you can take. It really just depends on you and your flexibility in your body. So we can start just knee over hip. We can start
And
with,
what was the name of this pose?
so this is what we call reclined pigeon.
Okay.
So this one works on your hips. Usually, so it's reclined pigeon because you're laying back, but it's still a hip opener. And the objective with hips is really, this is usually where we carry the majority of our emotions and our stress. So a lot of times, you know, just us sitting and us like dealing with so many stressful situations, it's like not us opening up. So this tends to be a good stress reliever. Do this for a couple minutes before you go to bed at night. And again, you can make it as intense or non-intense as you like. So you're going to take one more inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And then we're going to bring that leg back down to the mat. And then you have one final pose. So Colette, if you do want to grab your pillow, you are more than welcome. We're not going to sleep, but you are
okay. All right.
you are not going to sleep, but you're
All right.
put that pillow underneath your head and just kind of go into what we call Shavasana. Shavasana is really what we call dead man's pose. Okay? So it's really just you laying down on your mat. You're allowing your legs to fall wherever they fall. You're allowing your hands to fall wherever they fall. And you're really just focusing on your breath here. And the reason we call this dead man's pose is because it's usually the end of our yoga practice. And it's really where we kind of reincorporate ourselves back into the world, right? We reincorporate ourselves back into our world. So we're saying, you know, goodbye to our practice on our mats, and we're preparing ourselves to reawaken to our real world. So just taking a couple minutes here. So just thank yourself for taking, 15 to 20 minutes a day to take care of yourself, to work on your stress, to work on your confidence and your ability of being here. We're going to take one more inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And as you start taking these last final breaths through your nose and these exhales, I want you to make sure that on these last couple exhales, we're getting rid of anything that we don't need today, anything that does not serve us today or for the rest of the week. You're going to take one more inhale and exhale through your mouth. And then on your next inhale, you're going to roll over to what we call your baby position or your sleeping baby position. It could be your right or your left. For me, it's my right. So almost like you did when you were a child and you're a sleeping baby. And then we're going to slowly push up to a seated position. And we can just end our practice with a simple namaste. And I want to thank you guys all for coming and joining me and spending some time.
Oh, man.
To get a little relaxation.
I'm trying to figure out how to get up now.
I'm hoping that it helps you guys get through your week. I'm hoping nobody goes to sleep.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, guys. So, we got a lot coming up. I'm trying to find the banners. I think I'm de-stressed right now. If I was ever stressed. But know this, that we come to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. And we're live. We're live on Facebook. Let me try to get up on this chair. Woo, we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. And we're bringing you this and much more all the time so that you can make better choices. And we want you to be stress-free. So, you know what? Look, bad hair, don't care. Okay. I have, my body has relaxed. I appreciate what Tesha has taught me thus far. I hope that you did too, because guess what? There's no me without you. And you all said that self-care was a top priority, this is a part of it. And if you're not for the cardio, if you're not for, Zumba or something that seems more rigorous, I'm not going to say that there isn't any rigor to yoga, but this is more of a mindset.
Yeah.
And it helps. It's a de-stressor. So I recommend it for everyone to at least grab a hold of the breathing exercises. If you don't do anything else, grab a hold of the breathing exercises to help you. Now, don't go getting a mat and trying to lay it in your office. Unless you have a king size office, then you can do whatever you want to do. But I want you all to take heed to what Tesha is saying. Have a stress-free week. So pull out your mats when you come home from work before you get to doing anything else and de-stress yourself. Yeah. And with that, I want to thank Tesha. Well, she's going to be back next month. Woo, this month is flying by fast. She'll be back next month, the second Monday in June. We invite you to participate along with us. Thank you, Tesha. Thank you, audience. And we will see you next time.
Thanks for having me.
Okay.